He walked into a room full of diamonds. And walked out 3 minutes later. No gun. No panic. No trace. Cannes, July 2013. A paradise on the French Riviera, overflowing with tourists, celebrities, and quiet money. At the heart of it all, the legendary Carlton Hotel. That summer, its luxury halls were hosting something even more dazzling than the guests. A private diamond exhibition. The man behind the collection? Lev Leviev, an Israeli diamond tycoon known as the King of Diamonds. On display, rare stones, flawless cuts, and watches that cost more than apartments. Total value? $136 million. Security was present, but discreet. The hotel didn't want metal detectors ruining the ambience. Cameras were there, but not all of them worked. Some had been under maintenance for weeks. No one thought a crime was coming. Not here. Not in broad daylight. But someone had already marked the date. And he wasn't coming with a team. He was coming alone. He wasn't a thief in the usual sense. No crew. No getaway car. No blueprints or drills. Just a man with a plan, and perfect timing. He arrived days before the heist. Quiet. Alone. No flashy clothes. No suspicious movements. Just another guest blending into the hum of high-end tourism. He watched the hotel. He studied routines. Guards changed shifts at exactly the same time every day. The diamond room? Open to the public. No glass casing. No armed guards inside. Everything depended on the illusion of safety. That illusion was about to break. He noticed one detail. Simple, overlooked, critical. The security cameras in the exhibit hall weren't recording. Nobody bothered fixing them. Nobody thought they'd need to. He walked the hotel 3-4 times. Each day, at the same hour. Same hat. Same white shirt. Same slow steps. He didn't need blueprints. He had the rhythm. He knew when guests would be walking in. He knew when the guards would step out. The heist wasn't about force. It was about knowing exactly when to move. 3 minutes. In and out. That was the plan. And it didn't require an army. Just one man who understood invisibility. He picked his day. Sunday. Late morning. Tourist crowd thick. Distraction was everywhere. And the guards? They'd be changing shifts. Exactly at 11:55 a.m. Sunday. July 28, 2013. 11:55 a.m. The lobby of the Carlton buzzed like a beehive. Guests checking out, bellboys moving luggage, a sea of sunglasses and perfume. The man walked in through the side entrance. White Panama hat. Gray slacks. No bag. No gloves. Nobody noticed him. He looked like everyone else. That was the point. He took the elevator. 1 floor up. The exhibition was in Salon La Croisette, the hotel's private hall with ocean view windows and velvet ropes. No door lock. No ID required. Just walk in. Inside. Glass display cases. No lids. Rows of loose diamonds. Earrings. Watches. Necklaces. A private guard stood by the door, but at that moment he stepped out. Shift change. 11:59 a.m. The man didn't hesitate. He reached into the display cases with bare hands. He knew what he was taking. High value, easy to carry pieces. One by one, stones and jewelry disappeared into his pockets. He worked fast. Efficient. Come. No smashing. No yelling. Just silence. 30 seconds in. 1 minute. 2. A woman walked past the open door. Didn't even glance inside. To her, he looked like the owner of the exhibition. Nobody questioned a man in control. At 12:02 p.m., he walked out. Same steps. Same hat. He didn't run. Didn't look back. Straight to the side exit. Past a broken security camera. Gone. 3 minutes. $136 million. And the security system? Still offline. At first, no one noticed. It wasn't until 12:20 p.m., nearly 20 minutes later, that a staff member walked into the exhibition room and froze. The displays were empty. The diamonds were gone. Panic rippled through the hotel. Security scrambled. Calls were made. Doors locked. Guests questioned. But the man? Long gone. Police arrived fast. The scene was already cold. No signs of forced entry. No alarms triggered. No weapons. No fingerprints. And then came the worst part. The cameras hadn't recorded a single frame. Not outside. Not inside. Multiple systems, under repair. They didn't even know what the thief looked like. Interpol got involved. The amount, $136 million, made it one of the biggest jewelry heists in history. But they had nothing. Some officers whispered about the Pink Panthers, a legendary Balkan gang known for silent, lightning-fast thefts. But there was no proof this was them. No team. No car. No trail. Just one man in a white hat. Meanwhile, cracks started forming behind the scenes. The exhibition organizers argued with hotel security. Accusations flew. Who was responsible for the cameras? Why were the guards changing shifts at the exact moment of the theft? Why was there no insurance on some of the pieces? Finger-pointing turned to silence. Nobody wanted to admit what had really happened. They'd made it easy. Within hours, the Carlton Hotel was swarming with investigators. Interpol, French police, private security consultants, all combing over a room that had already been sterilized by time and luxury. No DNA. No clear eyewitnesses. No exit footage. Just empty velvet trays, and the silence of a perfect crime. Lev Leviev's team launched their own inquiry. Private detectives. Forensics. Pressure. But there was nothing to squeeze. No one had seen the man arrive. No one saw him leave. And the diamonds? Gone. Disappeared into the underworld, broken up, recut, repackaged. Rumors spread. Some said it was a contractor from inside the exhibit. Others claimed it was an ex-security officer who knew the system's blind spots. But the most whispered theory, the one investigators feared most. This wasn't the first time he'd done it. Interpol circulated the case across Europe. Every port. Every border. But he was already out. Maybe hours before the police even showed up. They tracked a few leads, a man with similar posture in surveillance from a nice train station, another from Marseille. But none conclusive. The case hit a wall. And behind closed doors, the organizers knew. The exhibit hadn't just been robbed. They'd been studied. One man. No fingerprints. No mistakes. He didn't run. Because he never had to. The case faded from headlines in weeks. But not from memory. To this day, not a single arrest has been made. The thief vanished without a trace. No name, no photo, no demand. Just a clean exit and a story that haunts every luxury jeweler in Europe. Carlton Hotel upgraded their systems. New cameras. New policies. But it was too late. The damage wasn't just the money. It was the humiliation. Interpol still lists the theft as an open case. But quietly, it's become legend. Some say he was ex-military. Others, a former diamond dealer with a grudge. A few believe it really was one of the Pink Panthers, acting alone. Whoever he was, he left behind a perfect ghost story. No masks. No weapons. No getaway van. Just a man in a white hat. Who walked into a room full of diamonds. And walked out with all of them. Final note in the police report read. No suspects. No footage. No leads. One of the cleanest heists ever executed. And somewhere out there, someone wears a quiet smile every time the Carlton is mentioned. Because sometimes, the most dangerous man in the room is the one no one ever noticed.